Well, I've been in racing really longer than I can remember. My dad served in World War II and was discharged in 1946. I don't know if he had a race car prior to going in the war or he had his first one when he came out, but I do know in 1946 he had race cars. I've got some old pictures of them, dated stuff. And of course, I was born at that point in time, but I don't remember the 1940s as best I can tell. I do distinctly remember the 1950s where I, as a young boy, and my older brother Hugh, we traveled with him all over the state and outside the state, going to races on Sunday afternoon and on Saturday nights. And around here local, he raced at places like the old horse racetrack in Hawkinsville that's no longer there. Actually, you can see where it was. I went over there a couple of years ago with my brother and looked at it. We used to go there a lot on Saturday nights. I remember old Palmer Speedway up in Warner Robins, which is off of, I think it's 247 Highway. Not there anymore. I remember going to that track. Suicide Circle down at Albany, close to home here. They had a racetrack down at Lake Blacksher, on the backside of Lake Blacksher. That I know where it was. You can't really tell anything about it now. But I distinctly remember going down there. I remember they used to race on Sunday afternoon. And then I remember going to Daytona with Daddy. I know he used to run the old beach course down there at Daytona before they built the big track. And I've got it in the back of my mind a little bit about being at those races, but I don't really remember anything about it. I know he finished, from looking at all the records, he finished 8th down there. Jack Smith, who was later on a NASCAR champion, several times NASCAR champion, I think, drove his car in 1948 and finished 8th on those beach course races. Of course, as I got old, I also remember going to the first Daytona 500 they had when they built the track down in Daytona in 1958 or 59.
Was that on the beach too?
No, that was I'm talking about the big track that exists today. I went to the first race they ever had down there, and been going ever since. I haven't made them all, but I've been to most of them. But ended up, and my dad raced up to the late 50s and maybe the early 60s. I don't remember the exact dates. Running 39, 44 coupes and 31 sedans and that kind of stuff with flathead engines. Won a lot of races. But my dad died in 1961, some over 50 years ago. And at that point in time, I was a senior in high school, and I got out of high school and I started college. But after he had died, we had 4 of us. We were still in school as kids, and money was tight. We didn't really have any money, so I started college, and I went to work in the kitchen at the college to help pay for tuition. And I didn't last but 1 or 2 quarters, I think it was, and I got thinking there must be a better way. So I quit college and joined the military. And I spent 4 years and 3 months in the military. Well, when I wasn't overseas, I was stationed out in California, and I went to a lot of races out there. I remember going, it was in January, but I had come home and bought a new car and drove it back to California. This was in December of 1964, Christmas of '64. And drove my car back to California, and I remember I got a group of guys together, and we went to Riverside International Raceway, which was a NASCAR track. They always ran in January out there at Riverside as the first race of the year. And I distinctly remember that race. we also went to a lot of other local tracks. I had dirt tracks and all over Chester had. But I spent 3 years overseas, 3 tours in Vietnam, and during a weekend of R&R, I was in Japan, and I bought a high dollar Sony tape recorder. And as I came home out of the service, I remember the guy, the local Unadilla boy, a singer, that ended up in Nashville and made some records, named Larry G. Hudson. And he had a 1958 Ford, and he wanted that tape recorder I had real bad, and I swapped it to him for a 1958 Ford. So I went to work, and this was 1966, so I went to work on that car, trying to weld roll bars in it and get Cuban bent and that kind of stuff. And before I got through the car, I found a 1937 Ford Coupe down in Wilcox County. And I don't remember what I paid for that car, but it wasn't over $100. Didn't have an engine or anything in it, but it had been gutted and had roll bars and it had been raced. And I bought that car. Like I say, my dad had, when he died, they were running flathead engines. We still had a few old flathead engines sitting around the house. So I took a flathead engine and put in that car, and that was my first race car. I ran it up at Warner Robbins off of Highway 96. They had a racetrack there adjoining the drag strip, a little quarter-mile dirt track. And I ran up in Gray, had a dirt track up in Gray, Georgia at the time. But that flathead wasn't competitive, and I knew it, but I felt like it would work just trying to learn how to race. And then I had a guy named Leroy Simpson. He had a 1956 Chevrolet. And I started driving the Chevrolet for him, and that was back in the old days when we used to win the Crazy 8 races. And I remember the first time I drove this car, I finished third. I was paid $15. And he took 10 and I took 5. So comparing that to today's, there's a whole lot of difference in it. I drove Leroy's 56 Chevrolet for a good while, and then there's a guy from over in Haynesville, Georgia, named Bull Patchett. And he had a 1955 Ford, and I drove his Ford for several races. I remember running in Hawkinsville. They had shut down the old horse race track there in town, and gone a couple miles outside of town, next to the old VFW club, and they built a racetrack out there. And I remember running at that track. Well, this gets on in the 60s. At the same time, after I'd gotten out of service, I started back to college. And finally,
where was you going to college at?
I went to college at, I started when I got back home. I went to Middle Georgia College, and then I went to banking school at the University of Georgia.
Okay.
In the early 1970s, there's a guy that was running the bank here in Unadilla named Jimmy Riles, and I got to know him, and he asked me if I ever thought about getting in the banking business. And of course I hadn't. It was further things in my mind, but he wanted me to come talk to he and his board of directors, and they ended up hiring me, and I went to work at the old Exchange Bank at Unadilla. Spent my total career in banking right here in Unadilla from, I guess, between 35 and 40 years. But I went to work at the bank in Unadilla, and at that time, racing had a whole lot worse name than what it does today, and they didn't want me to race. So I sort of got out of racing for a while. And then in the late 1970s, my brother, my younger brother Ken, he later drove cup cars. He had been to college and trained, and he was an engineer, and he had taken a job up in South Carolina. Our local Chevrolet dealership came available for sale, and I knew Ken was going to come back home, so I bought the dealership, and Ken came back home and to run the dealership. Well, all of a sudden we had a place to work on cars, we had a body shop, we had an outlet for getting parts, we had mechanics we could call on.
All the ingredients needed to build a race car.
So he wanted to go racing. Prior to that time, we'd been running go-karts all around the state of Georgia and winning a lot of races. And Ken had become a national go-kart champion. So we went to an auction up in Atlanta, and we bought a Pontiac car that Rusty Wallace used to have. And he'd just run in Daytona, and this auction was in February. And we brought that car home, didn't have a rear, it had a rear and under, but not a center chunk. It didn't have an engine or anything in it. And we didn't really know what we were getting into, but we took the car and we sat it down and we painted it. And I bought a couple of engines from a guy in Arkansas. His name was Dennis somebody. Anyway, we got the car ready, and just so happened about the time we got it ready to race, the next race was in late model sport, which is nationwide now, was in Rockingham, North Carolina. So we take the car to Rockingham, and we get up there that weekend, and it snowed. On Sunday morning, we went out to the track. I remember it was Saturday morning, and I remember the car was just covered, pretty much covered with snow. So of course that race was canceled, and that was in 1981, I believe it was. The next race that was coming up was at Talladega, Alabama, and a big track at Talladega. And most people don't believe this, but at that point in time, Ken had never been in a race car. He had never raced anything but a go-kart. Well, we went to Talladega and entered that race, the ARCA race there, the day before the cup race on the Saturday. And I remember that we qualified at 188 plus something miles an hour, about mid-pack, 15th to 18th. And on the fourth lap of the race, we blew the engine. So we came back home and we regrouped, and we ran Darlington that year, we ran Atlanta, we ran several races that first year. But I wanted a Western Cup car, which is next Nextel Cup right now. We rented one from a guy from Florida. We took it at Atlanta at the last race of the year. And Ken couldn't race it because he didn't have the spirit for the top level of NASCAR. Or we thought he couldn't, but we went up and practiced a little bit, and finally NASCAR approved him. We tried to make that race, but we didn't make it. So the season ended. During the off season, the following year, I bought a cup car from a guy named M.C. Anderson down in Savannah, Georgia, who had been racing, who had actually won a championship a year or two before with Benny Parsons, the only year Benny Parsons won that championship. And T.O. Yarber was driving his car at the time. Well, I bought the Nextel Cup car from him. We went to Daytona in February, and Ken couldn't run Daytona because it was a big track. So I got a guy named Bosco Lowe to drive the car for me. We qualified and made our first Daytona 500, I think that was in '82. And Bosco was running pretty good, but the first pit stop, he came in the pits, and Bosco was a great racer, great late model racer, won a lot of races. But he never had run many cup races, and apparently had never run on a big track like Daytona. But as he was coming in for his first pit stop, he came in too hot and lost the car and went into the wall and just tore it all up. So later on, we got that car fixed, and I bought a couple other cars, and we went to Atlanta, and I think that's where Ken started his first Western Cup race. And we didn't have a lot of money at the time, and so we weren't competitive. But I think the first year we ran 8 cup races. And the best I can remember, every race we ran that year, we had no finishes, any higher than 20. We finished in the top 20, I think, in every race we ran that year. Not to say we was up there competing for the win, and not to say we wasn't lapped down, but we finished 20th or better in every race our first year. The next year we wanted to do better, so I went to a guy named Robert G. up in Charlotte, North Carolina. He's Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s dad-in-law, Junior's grandfather. And Robert was one of the renowned car builders in Charlotte area at the time. He's dead now. And I had him build me a brand new car from the ground up. We bought the chassis from Laughlin, who was making most of the chassis in, and took the bare chassis to Robert. And when we got the car back, it was painted, decaled, and ready to go racing, and we took it to Daytona. But nonetheless, we ran off and on Cup cars from 1982, I think, until 1993. We went to Daytona in 1993. We didn't make the race, and at that point in time, they had pretty much priced us out of the game. During the time we were running Cup cars, I had moved up in the bank and became president of the bank, so I felt like I could overrule anybody that didn't want me to race, so I started racing again. And I bought me a late model car, and I ran Fort Hill and Phoenix City and Cochran and Lake City, Florida, and we even ventured up to Dixie Speedway in Atlanta and up to the big track in Rome, Georgia. But at that point in time, I had gotten racing to still racing, 80 years old plus now, and everybody knows now Red Farmer. And Red started driving my car, and did real well with it. He drove a few times at Fort Hill. We ran the Halifax shootout up there. But in the late 80s, I started phasing out of driving, and I had gotten married and I had a family. And my son, I had a son, that was getting up 7 or 8 years old, so I started racing him in go-karts. And he raced for a long time, moved up in Legends, and he's in Charlotte right now. He's a car chief and works for Rice Racing. He's been up there about 7 years now. And he and David went up together in, I guess it was 05, and they brought them home, and they still live together up there today. But Michael's racing career has lasted a long, long time. It's been off and on. Back when, after I quit driving in the 80s, I had several other people drive for me. Panel, Chip Panel, and the brothers LeVon Sloan and Jimmy Sloan. They both drove my car quite a bit. A guy named Craig Patterson drove for me quite a while. In fact, we won 18 races in 1 year down at Fort Hill in the late 1980s. We won by far the majority of races we entered. Like I said, my son, he started racing go-karts, and we ran up at Barnesville and all around here, and it's all over the state, really, in Dublin and Alamo Speedway, and here in Fort Hill, we got a track in Fort Hill. We had a track over toward Hawkinsville, a lot of tracks. He won a lot of races, a good little racer. He won the championship at Atlanta Motor Speedway in the early 90s. Brett, he liked racing, and I liked racing, and we were at racetracks every weekend. And meanwhile, Fort Hill Motor Speedway had closed down. Fort Hill was a dirt track for many, many years, and And in the early 2000s, a guy named Tommy Marsh from Fitzgerald bought Fort Hill from Danny Evans, who owned the newspaper in Perry. Tommy had visions of making that a renowned go-kart track, paved track, so he went in, came into the track, he paved it, and he put up catch fences and just really fixed the track up and spent about $750,000. And very soon after he completed the track and held his first race, he got cancer and died. The guy that was running the track for him took over the track and kept it for almost a year, and I think he ran part of 2003, and for whatever reason he didn't make it. He had made a loan from a bank down in Savannah, Georgia on the track, and the bank repossessed the track. It sat there for a while, and I had a local guy from Fort Hill that called and wanted to talk to me, and he came up and talked to me one day and told me that he hadn't gotten an option to buy the Fort Hill track from the bank in Savannah, but he wasn't in a position to buy it by himself, and he wanted to know if I was interested in partnering with him. I didn't know anything about the guy, and I told him I wasn't interested in partnering with him, but you know, I'd be interested in taking over his option if he wanted to get rid of it. Well, he held on for a couple months and apparently couldn't put it together. And I got the option and contacted the bank and bought the track. The track was in disarray at that time because the previous owner, he had moved all the concession equipment out and pretty much gotten rid of everything except for public structures down there. So we went out, and I think this was in 2004. It was after the season started, probably in May or June. And a bunch of volunteer guys that wanted to race, they came down and helped me. And we got the track ready, and we started racing about mid-year. Got a lot of cars there, good crowds, good racing. And so I've ran the track every year since then, full season, generally from March up until about October. And always been real successful until the energy crisis and the economy slowed down in, I guess, 2008, and people got where they couldn't afford to race, crowds started dropping off. We kept racing every week, and the track has always been open. The last year or so, we've been racing every other Saturday night. And I recently had some health issues for 2013, so it's sort of up in the air right now. I don't know if I'm going to be in a position to open the track or not, but things keep going good as it did. We'll get back off in 2013 and start racing again.
Y'all had a very big event last year, the Speed Fest. I think back
Speed Fest was real good. The way that came about, it was put together real quick. In fact, over a period of 9 days, the CRA Pro Late Model Series ran by R.J. Scott called me. I never had met R.J., but I knew him. He called me in January, 9 days before Speed Fest was supposed to be held at in Bradenton, Georgia, at near Speedway. The guy that owned that track, Donnie Clack, I understand, had told R.J. that he was changing things from the past. They'd had several Speed Fest, annual Speed Fest events up there, and that racing had been tough, and that he had to charge the racers to part their haulers, and had a lot of other charges thrown in there, and R.J. told him he couldn't do that, and you know, that wouldn't be right. And he told R.J., well, if he ran that race, he was going to do it. So anyway, they had a dispute, and RJ called me one day and told me who he was, and he said, look, you know, we're supposed to have Speed Fest 2013 on January 25th, whatever the date was, but he says, we're having some disputes, and I wonder if you consider holding a tracking ordeal if we can't get them resolved. And I said, yeah, we'll look at it. I said, let me know. He said, well, stand by your phone because I'm fixing to make a decision tonight as to whether or not we're going to run at Lanier or not. And later on that night, he called me and he said, look, we're going to run this race at the tracking ordeal. I know it's late timing, but we want to run. And if you get the track ready, he said, we'll work a percentage deal. He said, I don't have any idea whether we're going to make money or lose money or whatnot, but I'd like to try and just see how it works out. So we immediately went to work at Cordell, cutting grass and trying to prepare the track for a big event. And we thought it would be a big event, but we didn't have any idea it would be big as it is. And but come race weekend, we had a huge crowd there. I know a lot of other people talk about how many used to be at the old Cordell racetrack, Cordell Raceway. Well, we had more people at Speed Fest 2012 than there's ever been at that racetrack on Saturday night. And the reason I know that is I know how many people we had there, and the old big dirt track races when the big races were coming in. I forget what they call those races. I have seen the records on how many people they had at the track at that point in time, and we surpassed all that. Of course, CRA wanted us to have the race there again in 2013. And he said all the people enjoyed it. They were well received by the local racers and local people in Cordell. So we scheduled to have our Speed Fest 2013 on January 25th, 26th, and 27th of this coming year, next month.